Just like any sari, I'm starting with a blouse and an inskirt. For modesty purpose, I'm wearing a shirt over my blouse. This is a satin inskirt custom made in a mermaid style. To drape your cotton sari perfectly, now start by unfolding your sari and find the end of your sari. Not the pallu side but the other end. So we can start by tucking it in our inskirt. If you're going to wear heels with your sari, definitely wear it before draping your sari, because once you drape your sari and then wear your heels, it is going to look awkward because it's going to show your footwear or your heels, whatever you're wearing, and it is definitely not a good look. If you want to look put together and glam and all that, definitely hide your footwear under your sari. Once you are ready with your heels and all that, measure your sari just above the ground, not touching the ground but just above the ground, and tuck it inside your inskirt neatly without any crease. So once you do that, go around your waist once. When you do that, try to tuck your sari just like how you tucked it in the front. Tuck it in the back and make sure your sari is just above the ground, even in the back. The reason we do it is to make sure our sari looks good from the back also. Now you have your sari once around your waist, and this is my way. I go 2 rounds around my waist, and in some minutes you will see how I bring that out to make my perfect pleats. Now just like you see here, take that end of the second round and like tuck it into your waist so your sari stays there securely. The reason I do 2 rounds is to make it easy for me to drape or pleat while I have my sari tucked in safe, and it stays there without disturbing my the next process. I meant the next steps. Now it's time for the pallu. If you're going for a single pleat look, now you have to measure your sari just like how I'm doing and make sure your pallu doesn't hit the ground. If it does, it's going to look a bit clumsy when you're like handling your sari. Just like how I'm showing there in the back, also make sure it doesn't hit the ground. Now you can pin your sari pallu onto your shoulder if you're going for a single pleat look. If you're going to pleat your pallu, make sure your width of the pallu and your shoulders width are quite the same, or a little bit more than your shoulders width. If your pallu extends your shoulder, it gives a broad shoulder look which is associated with masculine looking figure. That is the reason I'm asking you to make your pallus with just the width of your shoulder, which will give a very good feminine narrow looking shoulder look. If you have a very large hip, you can make your shoulder width little wider than your shoulder to compensate it and achieve a hourglass figure look. Now let's take a closer look on how to make your pleats look perfect. Pleating is absolutely with your hand motions. As you can see, when you're starting, it's not going to be very easy. Your fingers are going to hurt a little bit, but don't get discouraged. With practice, it gets easier. Start by positioning your pallu in between the middle finger and the index finger. So once you do that, you will notice that my thumb finger and my ring finger is holding the other end. Once you do that, start with a back and forth motion which will start making your pleats. Make sure the next pleats that you're making are shorter than the very first pleat you made. So once you keep doing that motion, you will come to an end with your fabric, your sari, and you would have already made your pleats. Once you are done, put a safety pin to secure your pleats while we continue to get our pleats to perfection. Now, keeping the very first pleats that we made as guide, start arranging the rest of the pleats just like how I am showing in the video. Now with this sari, I have lines to make sure my pleats are all straight and good. But if you don't have lines, it's not a big problem, because once you look closer to your pallu or like your sari, you will notice your thread of the sari going in straight line. So follow that line to make sure you're pleating it straight. You're like arranging your pleats straight, and once you do it to a comfortable distance, now put a pin there to secure that spot. Keep rearranging the pleats until you are satisfied with how it looks. See, here the perfection is just for you, not for the people who are looking at you. Remember, you always look absolutely beautiful until you believe that you look absolutely beautiful. So my loves, don't get discouraged if you're trying for the first time and you didn't get your pleats right. If you're a first time sari draper and you're worried that you won't get ready in time for the event like a wedding or a party, don't worry, I have a video in which I show you exactly how to get your sari ready for the next day. So you can watch that and learn how to keep your sari ready for the next day, and you can drape your sari the next day of the event if you're worried about getting late. Once you put the second safety pin in, continue the same steps again and again until you achieve the ideal pallu length that you desire. While I'm finishing my pallu in the video, let me share a small story here. So it was the day of my farewell, so I was getting ready. You know, to our farewells we wear saris. So that day I chose a silk sari because that was the only sari that I had. It was not a soft silk, but it was a good quality silk, but not a soft silk. So you know how I would have draped it for the very first time. I know I have practiced, but still it was the very first time and I was tense that I will be getting late, and I was draping. And if you don't know, I don't have a mom. I lost her when I was just 3 years old. So nobody was at home to help me drape a sari, and I was absolutely doomed. I started even crying because I started missing my mom, and I was crying. Then I was like, I just like brushed off all those emotions for in a second, and I was like, okay, I told myself I can do this. If everyone can do this, I can do this. And I started draping my sari. I didn't aim for perfection, but I wanted to make it look good for myself. And after crying and all that, I finished draping my sari and I went to my farewell, and I got a lot of compliments on how I alone draped my sari with no help. Even though my sari didn't look so perfect that day, I had so much of confidence after that day. I was like, I can do this, and that is how I fell in love with sari draping, and I started draping sari on all the occasions that I could. And also I started draping sari for people around me, like my cousins and my friends and all of them. And I started learning how to perfectly drape by draping to others and draping it to myself. I would notice if someone like my grandmother, my aunts, and like my people who are like little elder than me, I can't call them aunts, maybe akkas, who are draping sari, I would notice what they are doing. There are certain tricks that I learned through the years of noticing others draping their sari, and that is how I improved my sari draping. I absolutely love every time I hear someone say that I helped them drape their sari, and every time I read comments or emails from you guys saying that you loved how the sari looked, you got so many compliments, you were so happy in your sari and all that. You know, I feel accomplished. Even reading one comment from you all makes my day and makes all the time I put into making my videos worth everything. And thank you all so much for that. So definitely leave a comment in the comment section saying how much my video helped you, or like, do you love saris? Which was the very first time you felt beautiful in a sari? So now let's get back to the video. As you see here, I'm finishing up with my pallu pleating, and I'm putting the very last pin on my pallu, which is going to be the length of my pallu. As you can see, once I put it on my shoulder, I like a very long pallu. If you like a shorter pallu, that's also good. Do what you like. If you like a shorter pallu, stop in the middle. If you like a longer pallu like me, make it long. Once you're done, arrange your pallu that is below your shoulders, just like how I'm doing here, and arrange it by following the grains and press it down. Because it is a cotton sari, pressing it down will help the pallu stay nice and good when you're like finished draping your sari. I'm again doing the same, like pressing with my pallu. Now pin your sari onto your blouse, and once you're done with that, bring your pallu along your breast and bring it to the side, just like how I'm showing here. Now is the part where I'm going to show you what I do with the second round that I did. So as you can see, I'm making sure I'm bringing the pallu behind my blouse. While doing it, make sure you bring the saree neatly across the blouse so it will look very good and neat. So once you bring your saree and holding it with your left hand, now you remember we tucked in the second round. Take the second round out of your inskirt, and now when you release it, you will form a loop. You can see how I'm releasing it. So this way you will have a loop which you can pleat and make your waist pleats really good and neat. By doing the second round, what I really achieve is my saree doesn't disturb me while doing my pallu. That is why I always do the 2 rounds, and by doing that even you can avoid your saree from getting messy while doing your pleats. Now adjust your pleat from your breast and pull it tight, not so tight but comfortably tight, and bring it across your blouse in the front as I'm showing, and bring the pleat diagonally. So where I'm pointing is where my belly button is. Bring it just below the belly button and across your leg. Now you can also choose to pin your saree to your blouse in the front. In this video I didn't, and then you pin your saree diagonally just on top of your right thigh. While pinning your saree, make sure you pin it along with your inskirt for security, and also make sure you pin your saree in the edge of the border, so it will give you a nice and sleek look. So once you're done, now it's time to pleat our waist pleat. While doing your waist pleat, always bring your saree tight across your waist first before starting, which will give you the right place to measure your pleats. And when you do that, if it's a new saree, you will have the fold line. As you see, I have the fold line in the saree. Always start with the fold line, which will give a very neat pleated look. If you don't have a fold line, don't worry about it. Just like measure your saree where it falls just above your belly button. Again, the very first pleat, make it a little larger than the rest of the pleat, because when you do that, it will make sure your pleat falls straight and good. So if you notice here, my very first pleat is larger than the second or the upcoming pleats. So the next pleats you can make it smaller or larger according to your saree's length and your liking. I always opt to get like very small pleats, so I have like lots of pleats that will flare when I walk or when I stand. So that's why I make the pleats smaller after my very first pleats. So just like how we did our pallu pleats, even the waist pleats, you have to follow the same motion with your hands. Once you do that, you will have your very neatly done waist pleats. Once you're done pleating, now it's time to make it look pretty. So once you see, I am like arranging it just above the ground, just like we did in the very first step, and I'm arranging the pleats to pin it. So when you're doing it, take your time and make sure you arrange it right, and pulling or pushing the pleats like in front to make sure all the pleats you have done are visible. In the end, because we have pinned the saree diagonally, you will have a little extra fabric. Don't worry about that. Now pin the saree pleats, the waist pleats, just where you're going to tuck it inside your saree. Once you do that, your waist pleats are secured. Now, just like I said, the extra fabric, just pull it inside and tuck your saree. Before tucking it, as you can see, I'm just adjusting it and pulling it inside. And once you do that and tuck your saree, you will have that pleat just resting inside and letting you have a very good structure on your side. Also here, take your time in adjusting your pleats before you tuck it in. And also once you tuck your saree in, try to flare the pleats that you have tucked in, which will reduce the appearance of your belly. You know, I have my postpartum belly. It might not show that much, but I still do. So to make sure it doesn't look very obvious, I try to flare my pleats. I didn't do this in the video because it wouldn't look that good, but definitely I'll show you in the upcoming videos how I exactly do that. And in the back, the extra fabric, as you see, just fold it and tuck it in, so it will give you a very flat appearance rather than giving you a bulged appearance. Once we make a pleat, it will look flat, so always remember to pleat it before you tuck it in. So once you're done, this is how your saree is going to look, which is not ideal, or it's not looking that neat. Now comes my favorite part, the tricks and tips that's going to make your saree look absolutely gorgeous and perfect. To achieve that look, start by pulling your saree. Start from your pallu, adjust it and pull it. As you can see, I'm just pushing and pulling my saree and making sure to bring all the excess volume to my waist, where I'm going to tuck it and pin it to make it look perfectly good. So once you do that, you can see all the bulging has been brought to my side near my waist pleats. Now as you can see, I am starting to adjust and make a pleat out of it. So this is what you have to do. When you're doing it, don't try to make a new fold or pleat onto your side. Just see how your saree is falling naturally. Follow it and try to tuck it in and push it inside your waist pleats. Just like any other area, you have to take your time in doing it, because if you do it in a hurry, you might miss. Even though I have draped saree thousands of times, if I don't take my time here, I miss out on it. So take your time and see if you have pulled all the extra volume to your side. Once you're sure you have done it, adjust your pleats and start pushing the excess volume inside your pleat, just like how I have done. So as you can see here in close up, now pull the excess volume you have pushed in and start pinning it down. You can actually pin it once or twice or even thrice. It depends on how your saree naturally falls. If you check my other videos, you would see sometimes I have pinned just once, sometimes I have pinned twice, sometimes thrice. So it depends on how the saree falls naturally on that day. As your saree differs, it differs from how it falls. Silk sarees usually have 2 or 3 folds. Because it's a cotton saree, I have 2. If it's a georgette or a synthetic saree, all I need to do is once. Sometimes I don't even need to do this step. So the next is the last pleat. I mean the very last of the waist pleat. It always used to look little bulkier. So I always used to pull it inside a little bit and make a little triangle kind of a thing. You can see, just folding. It's not necessarily a triangle. Just fold it how comfortably you can and pin it. And when you do this, it becomes flat and it'll look very neat onto your side. You can see the difference. It's very huge. If you put the before and after here, it will be a very huge difference. Finally, check in the mirror and see if you have done everything good. If there is any extra bulginess or something that you have left that you need to correct. Now all that is left to do is pinning your waist pleats along with your inskirt from the inside. This step is crucial because once you do it, your pleats are never going to slide away or anything. It's going to stay there pretty good even if you walk fast or even if you dance. I have danced so good on my sarees. It has never came apart or anything because of all the steps that I follow. And to do that, take a little larger safety pin and put it inside your inskirt and pin it from within, including all the waist pleats. While doing it, don't include the waist pleats that are tucked inside your saree. Once you do it, that is it. Now as the final step, you can remove all the pins from your pallu. Usually I leave it there. If you don't like that look, you can always remove the pin. And that's it, my loves. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you learned how to drape your cotton saree perfectly. And if you like this video, definitely like, subscribe and share it with your friends and family. Also join my private Facebook group. I have the link in the description. And leave your comment on what other videos you want to see on this channel. I will 100% reply to all your comments. So don't forget to catch up on the comment section. Also, if you want to check how to drape a silk saree video, check the video in the screen. And don't forget to subscribe. I'll catch you in my next video. Until then, be kind, choose kindness. Bye bye. With love, Sindhu.